I, 32 male, am watching my ex-girlfriend Bianca, 29, have a complete meltdown in real time on Instagram while the IRS dismantles her entire lifestyle. All because she wanted to publicly humiliate me for having boundaries. We dated for 2 years. Bianca's a makeup artist, or that's what she tells people. She does makeup, yeah, but she also runs a whole cash business she thinks nobody knows about. More on that later. The relationship started normal enough. We take turns paying for dates, split groceries, typical couple stuff. But about 6 months in, things shifted. Suddenly, I was always paying. Not just for us, for her entire friend group. Babe, you make good money, she'd say. I'm a tax preparer at a mid-sized firm. Make about $67,000. Decent, not rich. She'd continue. It's what men do. They provide. Fine, whatever. I could handle our dates. But then it became group dinners where her 4 best friends would order top-shelf everything, desserts, multiple appetizers, knowing I'd get the check. These bills were hitting $300 to $400 easy. Last Saturday was the breaking point. We're at dinner, her friends invited themselves, again, and they're ordering $18 cocktails like water. The one friend, Destiny, actually says to the server, "Keep them coming, he's got it," pointing at me. I pull Bianca aside. "I'm not paying for your friends tonight. Are you serious right now?" "Dead serious. I'll pay for us. They're adults with jobs. This is embarrassing. You always do this." "Do what? Have boundaries?" She returned to the table, whispered something to her friends. They all looked at me like I'd kicked a puppy. When the check came, I calculated what Bianca and I owed, put down cash for that plus tip, and stood up. "Where are you going?" Destiny asked. "Home. Y'all have a good night." The table went silent. Bianca's face turned red. I left. 20 minutes later, she posts on Instagram. "Some boys never become men. Real men don't nickel and dime. They provide. They protect. They don't embarrass their woman over money. If you can't afford to date me and my circle, you can't afford me, period. Hashtag boy bye. Hashtag level up. Hashtag real men step up." I commented, "True." That was it. Just true. She called immediately. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing. You're right. Some boys never become men. Anyway, we're done." "What?" "Over dinner. Over you disrespecting me publicly. Pack your stuff. See, we live together, but my name's on the lease." She moved in 8 months ago, pays no rent, saving for her business. No utilities, nothing. But here's what Bianca doesn't know I know. Her makeup artist business? That's maybe 20% of her income. The rest comes from her actual business. She does eyebrow microblading and lip fillers in her friend's apartment. Completely unlicensed, completely unreported. Cash only. $300 for brows, $400 for lips. Does maybe 15 to 20 clients a month. I know this because I'm a tax preparer. I literally prepare taxes. And girlfriend was dumb enough to keep her client notebook in our apartment, use MY printer for consent forms, and talk prices on speakerphone. For the past year, I've been quietly documenting everything. Photos of her client notebook showing dates, services, prices. Copies of consent forms with client names. Screenshots of her Venmo where clients pay for dinner or a birthday gift, but it's really for cosmetic procedures. Videos of her actually doing procedures she posted on her private Instagram. She's made probably $70,000 this year. Reported? 0. And now she wants to play games on social media? Time to introduce her to my friend. Form 3949A. Update 1. Bianca moved out 3 days after the restaurant incident, but not quietly. She made it a whole production. Posted stories of her packing, crying, saying things like starting fresh after trauma, and when he shows you who he is, believe him. Her friends helped her move, and they were loud about it. Destiny actually said to me, "You'll regret losing her. She was the best thing that ever happened to you." "Cool story," I replied, continuing to drink my coffee. Bianca took everything she bought fair, but also tried to take stuff that was mine, claiming she deserved it for emotional damages. I had to stand there with receipts showing I bought the coffee maker, the air fryer, even the bathroom rug she tried to claim. The petty peaked when she grabbed the succulent I'd been growing for 3 years. "That's mine," I said. "You gave it to me." I literally have photos of it from before we met. She threw at the wall. Pot shattered, plant destroyed. Now nobody has it. Her friend Tamika laughed. Period. That's what he gets. I just swept it up while they watched. Didn't react, which pissed him off more. After she left, the subliminal post started. When a man can't provide, he'll gaslight you into thinking you're asking too much. I'm a prize, not a bill splitter. Funny how they want a wife, but offer roommate energy. Each post got dozens of comments from her echo chamber about how she deserved better, how I was trash, how real men don't exist anymore. Then she made the mistake that sealed her fate. She posted a video in her friend's apartment, doing microblading on a client. Full face visible, tools visible, everything. Caption: building my empire while my ex stays basic. $5,000 this week alone. Some of us are providers, some are just takers. Nail polish. $5,000. In a week. On video. Public Instagram. I screenshotted everything. Then I went to work. Literally. Sat down at my desk at the tax firm and prepared the most detailed Form 3949, a information referral for tax fraud, the IRS has ever seen. 3 pages of documented dates and income. Screenshots of social media posts bragging about cash income. Photos of her client notebook with amounts and dates. Venmo transactions with suspicious labels. The video of her admitting to $5,000 weekly income. Evidence she's performing medical procedures without a license. Estimated unreported income for 2023, $72,000. Estimated tax owed, $18,000 plus penalties. I also included a bonus. She'd been collecting unemployment for 3 months during COVID while working this whole time. Fraud on fraud. Submitted it online. Got a confirmation number. Then I did something maybe petty, but definitely satisfying. I also reported her to the state board for unlicensed medical procedures and to her landlord's property management company for running a business out of a residential apartment. Update 2. The first domino fell yesterday. Bianca's friend Destiny posted a panic story. If you've had cosmetic services done at address, delete all texts and records now. This is not a drill. Too late, sis. Here's what happened, according to my buddy who works in the same building as their apartment complex. State Health Department showed up with a cease and desist order. Someone, me, had reported unlicensed medical procedures being performed in a residential unit. They found Bianca mid-procedure with a client. She tried to play it off as just practicing on a friend, but the client, scared of getting in trouble, immediately said she'd paid $400 for the service. They shut her down on the spot, confiscated her equipment as evidence. The client got a refund demand right there. But that was just the appetizer. Property management was notified. Running a business, especially medical procedures, violates the lease. Bianca's friend got a 30-day eviction notice. Bianca posted a crying video. Someone is trying to destroy me. Calling the feds on a small black businesswoman trying to make it. This is what happens when you leave toxic men. They can't stand to see you win. The comments were mixed this time. Some supported her, but others were like, wait, you were doing medical procedures without a license? Then came the IRS letter. Not to her, to me. See, we live together. They wanted to verify she lived at my address during the time period in question. Standard procedure. I confirmed yes, she lived here, no. We weren't married, no. I had no involvement in her business. They thanked me for the detailed referral. Bianca must have gotten her letter the same day, because her Instagram went nuclear. My ex called the IRS on me. This man is evil. Pure evil. Over dinner money, he destroyed my life. I'm facing $20,000 in penalties because this man couldn't pay for a meal. I didn't respond, but I did notice something funny. All her posts about $5,000 weeks and building my empire? Deleted. Her whole Instagram went private. Too late though. Screenshots are forever. Her friend started attacking me in DMs. Destiny, you're a snake. Bianca loved you. Tamika, this is financial abuse. We're getting lawyers. Even her mom messaged. How could you do this to her? She's going to lose everything. I responded to her mom only. She did this to herself. Tax evasion is a crime. Final update. Bianca's empire has completely crumbled. The IRS hit her with $18,000 in unpaid taxes, $7,000 in penalties, $3,000 in interest. Total, $28,000 owed. But wait, there's more. The state unemployment office wants their money back. $8,400 she collected while working, plus penalties. The medical board fined her $5,000 for unlicensed practice. She's also banned from applying for any cosmetic license for 5 years. She had to sell her car, her precious BMW that she leased but couldn't afford anymore. Posted about it like she was losing a child. They're taking everything from me. No, Bianca. The government is collecting what you stole from them. Her friends abandoned her one by one. Destiny posted, "Can't be around all this negative energy." Tamika just disappeared from social media entirely. The friend whose apartment she used, currently suing Bianca for the eviction and damages to the apartment from the chemical spills. But here's the most satisfying part. Last week, she posted a job application on her story. Starbucks. The caption, "Humbled but not broken. Building back better." Someone commented, "What happened to being a provider? What happened to real women don't work for others?" She deleted the comment, but not before her ex-friend screenshotted and reposted it with crying laughing emojis. Yesterday, she sent me one last text. "I hope you're happy. You destroyed my life over your ego. I was building something and you tore it down because you couldn't handle being asked to be a man. I'm working at Starbucks now. Starbucks. Making lattes for people I used to do procedures on. This is your fault." I replied, "No, it's the IRS's fault. I just gave him your address. P.S. Make sure you report those tips." She blocked me. Her Instagram bio now says, "Rebuilding, refocusing, rising." Her posts are all motivation quotes about surviving narcissistic abuse and when God removes toxic people. But my favorite part? Last week I was at a coffee shop, not Starbucks, and overheard two women talking. "Did you see what happened to that makeup girl Bianca?" Girl, yes. She was all over Instagram talking about men ain't shit. Then turns out she wasn't paying taxes and doing illegal procedures. The way she used to brag about her money, right? Talking about some boys never become men while committing tax fraud. They laughed. I smiled in my correctly priced, self-purchased coffee. Some boys never become men? True. Some girls never learn consequences until the IRS teaches them. As for me, I'm dating someone new. She insists on paying for every other date. Has a real job with actual W-2s. Doesn't think providing means emptying my wallet for her whole friend group. And the succulent Bianca smashed? I propagated a piece that survived. It's growing beautifully in my kitchen window. Guess you could say we're both starting over, but only one of us owes the government $36,400. Oh, and for anyone wondering, IRS whistleblower awards are 15 to 30% of what they collect. If they get the full amount from Bianca, I'm looking at about $5,400. Guess I can afford those group dinners now. Just not with her.